Hey, just an opinion here with a product review. This is a holster review, not a pistol review. I have purchased a new holster, and I have been wearing this holster every day now for over 2 weeks, almost 3 weeks. Every day between 6 to 10 hours. Every single day been wearing this holster, so it's pretty well broken in, and I have definitely formed some pretty solid opinions about it and some thoughts. So this is a CrossBreed holster. This is the CrossBreed MiniTuck, and it is in the horsehide. This is available in either horsehide or cowhide. This is the horsehide variety, and the pistol you see in it is the Springfield XDs, which is the small Springfield's very small compact 45 caliber. So take that out for a moment, and just so everybody's happy, clear. All right, so set him aside, and we can look at just the holster. So this is, again, this is the MiniTuck. There's also a Super Tuck, which is the larger size holster. And make sure I'm framed up here centered so you can see it good. All right. So what we have is the CrossBreed is been around for a while. I had definitely heard of them, although I had not had any real experience with them firsthand. But I certainly had heard of CrossBreed. They got their name certainly in part due to the fact that it is a hybrid, if you will, of leather and kydex, or a crossbreed of leather and kydex. And there's the fairly well-known cross stamped into the clips, the belt clips, and there's also, don't know how well this will come across, there we go, on the video, but you can see stamped into the leather there, company logo. How's that look? Look all right? Okay, so first thoughts about this. Now holsters, if you're anything like me, and if you are, I'm very sorry for you, but you probably have gone through a lot of holsters trying to find that perfect holster, and it almost changes from gun to gun, or at least from purpose to purpose. But for concealed carry, typically the most common form is inside the waistband, and you're going to look, there's so many different holsters out there, and you're going to look for the ones that are right for you and meet certain criteria. So first, let me cut right to the chase and tell you what I think about this. I absolutely love this holster. Incredibly comfortable. And you wouldn't, and on first glance, you look at it, it's very thin. The leather is extremely thin. It's probably less than 1/8 of an inch. I could measure it with a caliper, but there's not really any padding there like on some of the other holsters that I've reviewed. But it if you give it a few, actually within a day or two of wearing it, if you wear it for any amount of time, it's going to start to form fit really well to your body, and if you tend to carry it in the same position all the time, at the same clock position on your body, then it's really going to break in nice, because it's going to get used to being in that position. You can see that this one has got it has a definite shape to it, and it's because I wear it almost always in the 4 o'clock position. So right here where you see this fairly sharp, and actually take some tension off of that, you can see that's a pretty sharp bend that it's got worked into it, and that's like my hip bone right here, so we're facing forward in this direction, and then so I'm wearing it at the 4 o'clock, but extremely comfortable, molds and fits your body very easily. The horsehide I opted for because it's kind of an upgrade. Cowhide is actually probably a little softer and a little more supple feeling initially, but it doesn't wear quite as well over time, and it also doesn't protect quite as well for moisture. So I figured when warm weather comes again, you know, and there's a little moisture involved, you sweat a little bit, horsehide is going to give you a little bit better protection against that. So we'll see how it performs in that particular circumstance. So again, cowhide, horsehide. The horsehide is this natural color. Cowhide has a black dye. All of the CrossBreed holsters are custom made to fit your gun. So when you place your order, you know, you go on their website, or you can call them and you tell them what kind of gun you're looking for, whether it's right or left hand carry, what type of holster, obviously, because they offer a number of different style holsters. And there are various options. You choose, you know, the leather again, and so on. You can even tell them whether you want a very tight retention fit or a loose retention fit, and by default they say that they aim for the middle. So what that means is how much is it, how snugly is it going to hold the firearm. So, and this one is you know, just the way it came, so I presume this is sort of their medium. And it's a nice snug, it's a nice positive fit. You feel it when it goes in there. Very positive fit, but also comes out very easily. There are no gymnastics that you have to perform in order to get the gun out. You just pull and it comes out. And so if you do want to modify, like if I wanted to tighten this up, because if I hold this upside down and shake it, you can see that it will start to come loose, and I could shake it out. There we go, see? So if I wanted to tighten that up, and this is an unloaded gun, by the way, so if you put a magazine of ammunition in there, it's going to be, you know, a little heavier. If I wanted to tighten this, I could take a hairdryer to it, and I could get the Kydex pliable, and I could work this down with, you know, by putting a pressure here. And what it would do is deepen the amount of the holster that's in the trigger guard, and that would give you more retention. But I'm actually fine with it the way it is. So unless for some reason it starts to loosen up, I'm good. They give you instructions on how to do that, you know, very detailed. They also tell you that if you're not comfortable doing that, to send it back to them, tell them what you want, and they'll make those changes for you. So if I were to send this back to CrossBreed and say, hey, could you make this a little bit tighter retention, then they would make those adjustments for me. So there's that. Just from the standpoint on the holster, when you get the holster, first of all, be patient. When you order this holster, it's going to take about a month to get it. It took just about exactly a month for me to get mine. It is a prepaid order, so they're gonna hit your card or whatever form of payment when you place your order, and then you're gonna, you know, wait, like I say, about, you know, 4 weeks or so to get it. So know that up front. Be patient with that if you can. And then when you get the holster, you have a 2-week period to evaluate the holster and make up your mind whether you think you like it or not, which is certainly one of the reasons why I wore it daily for that period. But you know, I just kind of fell in love with it too, was the other reason. But if any time during that 2-week period you have any problems, concerns, or from what I understand, if you just go, it's not for me, you can send it back and they'll give you a full refund. After that, it's yours. They assume that you like it and you're stuck with it, I suppose, is for lack of a better phrase, but it is a lifetime warranted product. So if anything were to break, if I were to have a clip break on me, or Kydex were to split, or possibly, you know, the rivet pop where it's connected to the leather, they would stand behind that and they would repair or replace as necessary. So that's kind of the company and functional parts about, you know, how to do business with CrossBreed. I didn't really have any interaction. I ordered it on their website, and you know, they shipped it to me. I didn't really speak to anybody or anything like that, so I have no comment to offer one way or the other in terms of that. But it is, again, this is extremely, extremely comfortable. I also had, you know, besides seeing these advertised in magazines and, you know, and seeing people talk about them here and there, and one or two videos on YouTube, there's not a lot for the MiniTuck, for this size gun. But, you know, definitely I had learned that they have a good reputation, and it seemed like something I wanted to look at. And then a friend of mine, you know, to give somebody his props, Jeff, you know who you are, wears a CrossBreed holster and gave it a big thumbs up. So I figured, well, you know, it's definitely worth trying, and I'm glad I did. So what do I love most about it? You know, what makes it different? For me, what makes it different is the two-clip system, which, you know, I've looked at two-clip holsters, and there's several of them out there. I think CrossBreed was one of the very first, but there are definitely several manufacturers making holsters with a two-clip system. And I used to look at that and go, wow, why would you want to do that? You know, one clip is a big enough pain in the butt, you know, to deal with. Why would you want to double that, you know, and have two of them to deal with? And then, you know, you're sort of doubling the amount of, you know, conspicuous part of the holster that's out over your belt, and you've got to, you know, try and get that on, and it's going to be twice as hard to put on, and blah, blah, blah. Those were my thoughts without having ever tried one. And some of those things are true. I mean, you know, obviously there are two clips now on the outside of your belt as opposed to one. And yes, it is a little harder to get on. You don't just slip this in and out of your pants like you do a single clip holster, you know. But that said, this is the two clip system is, you know, I'm not sure I can ever go back now to a single clip holster after this, because it works really nice. And let me tell you what I like about it. If you have not tried a two-clip holster, the first thing is it distributes the weight between two clips that are, you know, I haven't measured these, but they're probably, you know, 8 inches apart. And well, let's do that. What the heck, I guess. All right, center to center, we're looking at 6.5. So 6.5 inches, you know, center to center between these two clips. You're distributing that weight on your belt. So if you've got, especially if you've got a heavier gun, this gun is relatively light. But you know, if you put a full magazine of ammo in it, you know, it's got a little bit of weight to it, certainly. But this distributes the weight between two clips, makes it feel a lot more balanced, and you really don't notice it. There's no single point of, hey, I got something hanging on my belt, right? Which is really great. The other thing I like about the two-clip system is that it, absolutely contrary to what I would have thought, it makes it fit so much better on every pair of pants I've tried it with. My initial thought would have been, my opinion would have been, wow, that's going to be, you think it's hard to find, you know, the sweet spot on your pants for the one clip holster. You know, a dual clip holster is probably never going to fit anywhere perfect, you know. And you know, you got that spot where you want to carry, you want to wear the gun in exactly the right spot, and every one of us has that different spot, you know. For me, like I say, it's right around the 4 o'clock, just where it feels the most comfortable, where you feel like you have, you know, the best reflex reach, and where you feel it's the most concealed and so forth. And inevitably, you put on a pair of pants, and the single clip holster, the clip needs to go right where there's a belt loop in order for it to hit that sweet spot. So you end up sacrificing and, you know, either moving it forward or rearward, you know, a 1/2 inch to 3/4 of an inch, which, believe it, you know, makes a lot of difference, that little bit. With these two clips, it's just amazing. The belt loops are usually like, you know, here and here or wherever in the pants, and this fits beautiful, whether it's jeans, a pair of Dockers, a pair of, you know, tack pants like, you know, 511s or other similar pants. It just fits perfect, exactly where I need it every single time. It works great. So I love that about it. So the fit is, you know, again, it's real easy to fit in several different pairs of pants. Extremely comfortable. The weight is balanced. It just disappears really nicely. It holds the gun tight to you. It also rides relatively high. You can see where the belt line is running across here. So the top of this Kydex holster is just about where your belt line is. So it rides a little bit high, but I actually like that. And the other thing I like is with this combat cut, which is a standard, this is a standard cut for the MiniTuck in this combat cut. It's an optional for the Super Tuck, I believe. But when you go to reach for this, you can get your fingers right around that. You can get your thumb right behind it, and you've got your grip. And now you're ready to draw. Reholstering is very easy also. So I love the combat cut. Being able to get your fingers and thumb around the butt of the gun before you draw. Very important, right? So huge thumbs up. So I really can't come up with anything I don't like about it at this point. I've treated the leather a little bit with some leather conditioner. Actually even rubbed a little bit of Ballistol around the outside of it, just to soften it up, make it pliable, so that as it breaks in, it will squeak and creak a little bit when you first get it. And there are still times, even after over 2 weeks of wearing it daily, where this one will still creak and squeak a little bit when you wear it. So that, if there is a downside, it might be that, and that's probably still just needs a little bit more break-in, maybe a little bit more leather treatment. Keeping the leather conditioned, soften it up a little bit to minimize that. But that's really it. I did get an optional set of J-clips that I purchased with my holster, figuring that I might want to try them just for a better concealment. What the J-clip is it would replace these two clips. So I would take these clips off, I would put this clip on, and you can see that the way this is made, your belt goes over this, and just this bottom piece of the clip, and looks like all Kydex is what it's made out of, but just this bottom piece of the clip would come up under the bottom part of your belt. So it's a less conspicuous option, but it would still have all the tension on the bottom of your belt, so that when you go to draw, it's got the hold where it needs it. So I have not tried these. I will at some point, probably just for the heck of it. I love the standard clips, but I will try the J clips, and when I do, I will make some either an update video or just maybe update comments whether I like them or not. And that is it. That's my thought. 2 huge thumbs way up for the CrossBreed MiniTuck. Fantastic holster. Highly recommended. Extremely comfortable, extremely practical. It looks like it's going to be very, very durable, and like I say, the company stands behind it. So highly recommend this holster. This is definitely a keeper for me, and this is probably the new holster by which all others will be judged. And if I get a different gun, I'm gonna buy another CrossBreed MiniTuck to carry it, or Super Tuck if it's a larger one. Okay, and as if the review about the CrossBreed MiniTuck for the Springfield XDs was not enough, I have an extra bonus for you. I have a little bit of a review, just a little bit, on another product available from CrossBreed that I ordered when I ordered my holster, and this is the magazine carrier. So, as you can see, I have a Springfield XDs 7-round extended magazine in the magazine carrier, and again, this is designed for inside the waistband carry. It's made basically the same way that the CrossBreed holsters are made. It is a leather backing with Kydex pouch and a metal clip. And you could also do, if you wanted to put a J clip on here, you could do that. You can adjust this clip if you want to for various cant. And of course it has the very nice, let me see if I can get that to show real good on video. And there we go, nice company stamped CrossBreed logo. Alright, so this was the 7-round extended magazine. And you can also put the regular 5-round magazine. And it's even shorter. So you can see from where the clip is where your belt line's going to be. So that would just sit. I mean, your belt would come over here. So this, the foot plate on that magazine would just be over your belt. And of course, this one is going to be a little higher because it's the extended magazine. So I've only carried this a little bit, just a couple times, so I don't have a real extensive practical information to pass on in terms of any kind of a review, other than, you know, it's comfortable. I'm still playing with trying to find out where exactly I want to carry it in terms of what clock position. Obviously you want to carry this on your weak hand side, so I'm right-handed. This would be on the left side of my body. I'm still playing with where exactly I would want to carry it, but it's a great option to be able to carry that extra magazine if you need it. So I just thought I'd give a quick look, and that's it.